I think it's time to bring somebody. I've been a big fan of him for a very long time.
You ain't the only one.
Very long time. I've been a fan of him for about 34 years.
Indeed.
And he's got the basketball league, the Big Three. He's also got a tour coming up.
He does.
The man is on the move. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ice Cube.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
What's happening? O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Yes. Good to see you. Good to meet.
Big fan of yours, man. Big fan. Love your movies. Love your dad, man. He's great.
Yes, man. Thank you, man. I try to keep him nice. He's the best coach I could ask for. Now, Cube, with
That's great.
Cube, the Big Three is the best time of year. The Big Three playoffs are here. As I know you're in Dallas, Texas right now, correct?
Yep, in Dallas.
Yes. And how does it feel being 8 years in with this league of yours?
Oh man, it's amazing. Dream come true stuff. We started the league. We started the league for fans like us. We were sick of hibernating between the finals in the NBA and the NFL season. I like baseball. Postseason baseball the best. Mid-season baseball, it's a long season. So I used to hibernate, and I was like, man, I'm tired of this. We need something. And so the big, 3-on-3 was something, a love of mine. I always wondered why I wasn't professionalized. And I looked around, nobody was going to do it. I looked at my partner, Jeff Quantness, and I said, why can't we do it? And here we are 8 years later, playoffs in Dallas. It's going to be great.
Now, what do we have the matchup set already for these playoffs that will lead to the championship in Orlando the following week?
Of course we do. We have the LA Riot led by Dwight Howard and Jordan Crawford. And they're taking on the Chicago Triplets, led by Montrezl Harrell. And they're both epic teams, best teams in the league, and they're gonna go at it and see who's gonna make it to the championship. Then after that, you have the Miami 305, led by two-time MVP Michael Beasley and Lance Make 'em Dance Stevenson against Dallas Power. Dallas actually has a home playoff game this time. The Dallas Power with Glenn Rice and Greg Monroe, Paul Millsap. So we got some epic battles, and we got a cool celebrity game that's going on. You got my team. I have Gillian Wallow, Dez Bryant. I think I'm getting Chris Haynes against Clyde Drexler's team. He has Waka Flocka, Hezzy God, Ocho Cinco. So it's going to be a fun celebrity game before the playoffs. So got to check CBS out on Sunday for sure.
Now, for those who haven't been watching the Big Three, Chicago and Dallas are two teams that you cannot fall asleep on because they continue to stay in it all the time, and they never seem to really give up. You can't knock them out early. You're going to have to put them all the way down. And the teams of the LA Riot and the Miami 305, in the first game of the season, these two teams went at it in a real way. So the idea of them being in the championship has got to at least be on your mind a little bit.
Well, all of them are babies. I can't really root for none of them. I want them all to win, which we know can't happen. But I wouldn't be mad if any of these teams made the championship. All four of them are great squads with star power, and we'll see how they do. They got to get over the hump. They get over the hump, we'll see them in Orlando. It's going to be great because we have our all-star game before our championship game. So no matter what happens, Dwight Howard will finish the season in Orlando.
Yeah.
Either as a champion, either on the championship game or as an all-star, which is kind of poetic. This is the year he makes it into the Hall of Fame. and for us to be ending the season in Orlando, it's pretty special.
Now, where can people get tickets? I know where can they purchase ahead of time so they make sure that they're there this weekend and next.
If you're in Dallas or somewhere near the Dallas area, you can get tickets at big3.com/tickets. But we really need you to check us out on CBS, 3 o'clock Eastern. Great games. We have great ratings on CBS. Our ratings are better than MLS, NHL, a few other leagues out there. So we're a league on the rise, and we want to continue that. So thank you for everybody that's been supporting the Big Three.
Now, besides the on-court stuff, got a pretty good podcast over there too. The threes and ones. Yeah. How did that come together? Have you had fun making that, or being on the sideline producing it? How's that been?
Oh man, when you got a star like Mike Beasley, he's must-see TV. Everybody's interested in his game, and not only his game, but just him personally. So we just happy that he was down to do the Threes and Ones podcast. We got Chris Haynes, who's a big time NBA analyst, keeping us on the rails, but it's a fun show. I pop in from time to time, but it's really a show that's for Mike Beasley and Chris Haynes to not only highlight the league, but talk about, any current event, pop culture. So it's fun. People are watching, people like it, and they're candid. They're not holding back. We got a few calls from what they done said on that podcast. So, they definitely letting it all hang out over there. So it's fun.
Now you got a tour coming up. Coming up. Very exciting. Talk to us a little bit about that. What you got lined up for your fans to see.
It's the Truth to Power tour. 4 decades of attitude. I looked up, and it's been 40 years since I started in music, and it's time to celebrate that with a huge production. Like, I go on tour all the time, but this time I'm taking a production bigger than I've ever had in my whole career. So I'm excited about that, and excited to really show people what inspired the music over these 40 years. Why did I write the songs that I wrote? Why did I make the moves that I made? My whole journey. And a lot of people they've become fans of me at different points of my career. So here I want to take them all the way back to the beginning and bring them all the way into 2025.
And where can people get tickets for this?
Go to icecube.com for tickets. You can also get them from Ticketmaster. Anywhere you buy your concert tickets, we there.
Now, to speak about a little bit about the 4 decades. Yesterday marked the 10-year anniversary of Straight Outta Compton. Your son, great in it. Quite one of my favorite films. Can you tell us how proud of him you are?
Oh man, I'm extremely proud. He's such a great actor. He's made such a. Not only am I proud that you did the movie and you really became a great actor in the process. Not just shooting the movie. You were a great actor by the time we shot the movie. What I'm really impressed with you is your work ethic leading into the movie. A lot of people don't know that, you worked for 2 years to just even get the role. Nothing was promised. I couldn't guarantee you the spot. You had to earn it. I'm proud that you went through the steps. Everybody talk about nepotism. No nepotism here. He actually, went up against 5 other Ice Cubes to get the role. So I'm glad you was able to prevail and then do a great job and create a great career for yourself, which I'm really proud of, is that it wasn't a one-shot thing. You are, in high in demand out here in Hollywood, and I'm extremely proud of you.
I'm gonna cry in the car, TJ. Now
I'm gonna cry now.
What a moment! That's awesome.
That's dope.
Love it.
Now I gotta let you know about what's
Hey,
going
you
on.
funny. You make me laugh all the time, man. If people could see us just, coming up with stuff to make each other laugh, I think that's a movie in itself.
I gotta let you know what I've been surrounded with all day. TJ, we gotta get a shout out to TJ. You know him from the wrestling show, No Contest Wrestling.
So can I share with him the story real
Partner
quick?
in crime.
A couple weeks ago, we were getting ready for the podcast, and we were talking about when Carl Anthony Towns kept trolling me, sending me flowers and it's been balloons when the Eagles would win and the Cowboys would do bad. And he was like, "Yeah, me and my pops was talking about this," and then he went on, and I went, "Whoa, hold up a second." I'm like, "Your pops knows who I am?" And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh my God," because I tried to tell him I had a relationship with you before he had a relationship with you, man. So it's just a pleasure to, by proxy, getting to know him, because he and we've been working on our friendship and it's been building. And I'm telling you, this is a wild boy right here, man. That's my dude, though, man. That is my guy, and we've been getting closer and, like I said, building this rapport on this wrestling thing. But yeah, you got a good one there, man. And he was raised right.
Man, appreciate it. I mean, he speaks highly of you. I think he loves the fact that you've been in the game a long time. When he tells me that you've been a wrestling fan since '82, I'm like, that's my era. Man, he's talking about my era. So it's great that you guys are able to grow this podcast. I think you guys can own the space. Nobody's coming close to what you guys are doing when it comes to the wrestling space. So keep doing it, keep hustling, keep working, and, stay the best.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. And then Chris Brockman, he is Celtic and Patriots fan. I just wanted to tell on you. I just wanted
that don't make him a bad guy.
Okay.
I don't make him a bad guy.
It does. In this case, it does.
He's from Maine, though. I just found that out a couple of weeks ago. He's from Maine. You tripped me out, man. I had to tell my dad on you. Yeah, and then my man Del Tufo over here, you converted him to be a Dodger fan from your performance.
I watched you rehearse at the World Series as a Yankee fan. And when you came out at that game, I was like, I'm done. Yankees do. I go, I don't care if they bring Frank Sinatra back and resurrect him and put him in Yankees. It would never, ever top that. That was one of the greatest moments.
Yeah, can we get into this a little bit more?
Ever.
Let's get into this. Who approached you? When was this become an idea? And did you know the game was over as you were performing?
Before it even started.
It was done.
Well, we got approached by the Dodgers. We got a real cool relationship with them. They said that they were, thinking about having a performance, and they was working with my man Jesse Collins, big time TV producer, and I was supposed to perform game one, and I was hyped. I was like, yeah, man, I was just gonna watch the game. I was happy that the Dodgers and the Yankees was finally getting back at it. This is like a heavyweight fight. This is Ali Frazier to me. And so I was just happy to watch the game and be a fan. But then when they asked me to be a part of it, I was like, wow, this is not even a bucket list moment. This is not something you even dream about. This is just a gift, from the basketball guys, without a doubt. So then Fernando Valenzuela passes away. Mm-hmm. So they like, well, we want you to come in game two. So I'm like, game two. If they lose game one, game two might be a little sketchy. But Freddie Freeman hits this amazing walk-off grand slam. And so it was just right. The time was right. Nobody was expecting it. Baseball doesn't do this kind of
right, exactly. That's why it was so kind of shocking.
it was just perfect for me. You know, when that fence opened and I saw, 60,000 Dodger fans going crazy and rocking to the music, I knew this was a moment that I had to cherish, and I couldn't pinch myself because I was going through it. Did not know the game was over after that. I high-fiving the team. I saw that they was hype. I looked. I saw, the manager going crazy. Dave Roberts, going crazy. Yo, these dudes they amped. They ready. And rest is history. I feel for my man Fat Joe. Like you said, they could have brought Frank Sinatra back. And you down 0-2 in a series, you don't want to hear nobody perform. You're like, man, get the game going.
Yeah.
Let's get back in this series. So it was a tough act to follow. But I had a ball, man. It's still, one of the best things that ever happened to me in my career.
Yeah, Joe, I mean, and then what really is terrible is the deciding game, Yankees up 5-0, and then they show Joe on the Jumbotron, and then the Dodgers go on a 5-run run. And it's just like, now there's a Joe curse because he was at the Knicks game, he was at the Serrano fight, and those was all losses. What a terrible time.
Look, entertainers cannot predict the outcome of a game. You know what I mean? There's no way. But it do feel, I performed before and the team lost, and you feel like, damn, was that my fault? So,
that superstitiousness of sports. And everybody down here like to thank you for the donation of bobbleheads.
Yes. The Dodgers was very cool for doing the bobblehead. And fun fact, the White Sox are doing a bobblehead of me too this year.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, the White Sox, because I'm the one that made the famous black White Sox hat famous when they changed their colors from red, white, and blue to black and silver and white. So, they honored me by being the one who really brought that Sox cap into everybody's living room. So it's pretty cool.
Now, you said the magic words, so I'm gonna let you talk about the Raiders. Are you excited about this season? I know you always gonna support no matter what, but you got the running back rookie Ashton Genty. Everybody's very excited about. How about yourself?
Very excited as the president of the Raider Nation.
Here he go.
I approve this message without a doubt. And, the Raiders, they got a coach now, Pete Carroll. It's a guy that's won a Super Bowl, been to a few, well-respected. And he got his quarterback. So it should be a lot better than last year. And we'll see. It's all about when they strap it up. They got to win game 1, game 2. I think it's how you start off. If we start off with L's, that old feeling gonna come back again. So this year to get back on track.
Absolutely. Big 3 playoffs this weekend. Make sure you guys go to big3.com/tickets.
Tickets, yeah.
Check us out this weekend, next week in Orlando for the championship and also the All-Star game. Dad, it's not normally a custom here on the Rich Eisen Show to say this to the interviewee, but I love you, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
I love you too, man. You're doing a great job, as I see.
Yeah, but thank you so much.
Good
Y'all
job.
say bye to my dad.
Bye.
See you. Bye, Dad.
See you later, man.
All right,
sir.
See you.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.